It's the hippest cat in the land, Dudelove, and I've come to save the day. Ow! Have mercy! It's Mick Foley Day on Nostalgia Button. Get excited. We are looking at all of my Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Dudelove, Mankind, memorabilia, action figures, everything. All about Mick Foley, because he's in Australia right now, so we thought what better way to celebrate than doing our video on the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. So obviously, we're going to start with Dudelove!
That can bring peace to the war zone, and that's Dudelove!
Ow! Have mercy! So, let's start with the Dudelove action figures that I have. This one, hilarious. Dudelove bootleg action figure.
Oh, it's a bootleg.
It's complete bootleg. This is not WWE approved, but I love it. It's just like this yellow shirt with the Dudelove logo on the front. Like, come on, man. How fantastic. And I'm pretty sure that the head sculpt of this is this Slammer banger, WWF banger, but reduced to that size. You can see the similarity, right? It
does look very similar, doesn't it?
So the bootleggers just got this, shrunk the head down, and whacked it on this body. So let's move on straight on.
Not picking on Mick Foley, but he's not that buff.
Yeah, that is an action figure body if I've ever seen one. Wow, look at that, the six-pack on the Dudelove, dude. So let's move on right now, actually, to my favourite. This goes for a long time, but let's do it.
There's only one cat that can bring peace to the war zone, and that's Dudelove!
Ow, have mercy! So there it is. This is definitely hits my nostalgia button the hardest. Let's see if he'll rotate. There you go. So this is a WWF banger. I actually have two of these. So this is my original one that I bought years and years ago. It doesn't work anymore.
Before you even met me.
Yeah, before I met you, this was in my collection. And then, about maybe a year or so ago, JXT had this one for sale for $10. I said,
like,
I'm the guy for that, mate.
Like, shut up and take my money.
Take my money, JXT. So I have two of those now, so lucky
and
me.
They're different.
Like yeah.
The t-shirts, one's more orange, one's more yellowy green.
That's right. The tie-dye is totally different. This one still has his tag. But there we go. There's those two Dudeloves. They are very welcome.
He doesn't have a tag, but you left the plastic in his arm.
I did, yes. I lost the tag.
You can take that out. You don't have to leave that in there.
Yeah, let's just leave that there. Awesome. All right, let's move on for the next Dudelove figure. This is a BCA. Looks like some kind of action. Oh, look at him go. Yeah, so this is the BCA Dudelove. And
BCA?
So BCA is Bone Crunch and Action.
Oh, okay, but it's still like Mattel.
No, Bone Crunch and Action. This is Jack's.
Oh, Jack's, but it's not. BCA isn't its own toy company.
No, it is not. No, BCA just stands for Bone Crunch and Action. This one looks to be like one of the action ones. So I'm not sure if he actually got a regular release or not, but they did a lot of these gimmicks. So that's basically just a little thing in his back there, and actually has I'll have mercy on the back of his shirt, and the front decal is so cool as well. It looks so great. It's really, really great little figure. I love this one so much. I do love this one.
You do love this one.
Yeah.
Love it. So this character of Mick Foley's, he actually came up with this character when he was a teenager, didn't he?
Yeah, so he came up with this character of like the ladies' man because that's everything he wasn't as a teenager.
Yeah.
Moving on, this is a classic Superstars. This is missing some accessories.
This is more representative of his physique.
Yeah, so he's a little bit heftier, as Dude was, and it's a great little figure. Again, really great tie-dye attempt here by Jack's Pacific. It's mainly yellow, but with all of the spots there that you can see on that.
Tie-dye is not easy to replicate.
No, well, I mean, now they could easily do, and they have done, Mattel has done tie-dye shirts for action figures. I'm pretty sure Superstar Billy Graham, I'll put in a picture of that one now, by Mattel, has a legitimate tie-dye shirt. So there's no reason why they can't do it. Which begs the question, Mattel, why? Dude, Kate, why they released this blue shirt with a tribal design instead of a tie-dye. Now, everything else about this figure is absolutely awesome.
That's meant to be this t-shirt.
This shirt that we're wearing right now, yes. I'll have mercy.
This shirt.
That's the one we're both wearing. It's meant to be that shirt, but instead they've literally just gone a blue shirt and painted these designs on. So very odd choice. I also have this figure in its box.
Of course, because why wouldn't you?
Because you'll notice, Mick Foley is my favourite.
He is his favourite.
100,000,000% my favourite.
So lovely.
That's not a percentage, but let's move on. And I've accrued a pretty impressive, if I may say so myself, dudelove Cactus Jack. Well, not so much Cactus Jack. I don't have a lot of Cactus Jack stuff, except for the t-shirts. Mankind figure collection, and memorabilia collection. So there is that. And so this actually even became the topic of controversy on the major pod when this was released, so much so that they released a t-shirt of the action figure and they put their own logo on it. So there we go.
That's funny.
Moving on to the dudelove apparel that I own. This one here that my wife is beautifully modeling here. This one is a size small. If we turn around, we will see that it actually has the WWF logo there on the back and the
Scratch logo.
No, this was before the scratch logo.
WWF.
WWF, I'll have mercy. 1997 Titan Sports, as is this one. This is the same print except XL. And again, there is, however, I will put in a photo of it now. There is another one that he debuted wearing that said the Summer of Love. Now that dudelove t-shirt is even harder to find, and I would like to own one of those one day.
You know, we could invest our money in like precious metals and stuff, not old t-shirts.
we do that. We're literally wearing almost $1,000 worth of apparel right now, so please don't come rob us. Okay, so I wanted to own this shirt for years, and
this was the closest you got.
This is the closest I had for a long time. I tie-dyed this shirt myself.
Aw, cute.
I tried my best to replicate it. I got a tie-dye kit. And the actual design was just
it was a white t-shirt.
It was a white t-shirt I found online that someone had found the design, because this was before they re-released it, and I couldn't find a vintage one. I luckily did find a vintage one eventually.
That's really cute.
So I did try my best to replicate that at one point. And then this one, the WWE, released on their shop a few years ago, which, again, you can really tell it's not the original one. They've gone with a spiral tie-dye instead of the classic one that they went with this shirt. So that is all of my dudelove collection. We are now going to move into Mick Foley collection. Here we go. Have a nice day! We're back, baby!
We forgot.
Oh! Alright, do it again. Have a nice day!
Have a nice day!
Mick Foley Mankind incarnations this time. I've got my Mr. Socko right here.
An actual Mr. Socko.
Yes, this is not something I just pulled out of my my sock drawer. This
You
is
didn't make that.
No, I didn't. This is a signed
Mick Foley made that.
Mick Foley Mankind sock. When you buy a Cactus Jack t-shirt, there was a promotion where he would send this as well as part of it, and so that is. I've never put this on before, so there you go. Really? That is no, never. I was afraid, but now I was like, for the video, I'll throw it on my hand, and there it is, signed Mick Foley Mankind sock.
Give me a mandible claw with it, or
I'm not going to do that. No, I wouldn't do that.
Little Sophie tries to give me a mandible claw all the time when I'm trying to get her to sleep.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's always like backing at my face and putting her fingers in my mouth and like hooking down on it.
Maybe she'll be a wrestler one day.
Maybe.
Maybe. Let's begin. Okay, so we're looking at my Mankind figures.
Did you want to do the two Mick Foley ones first?
Why not? So
when he was the commissioner?
No, so these are just random Mick Foley figures. So this is an older Mick Foley figure. This came in a 2-pack with Stephanie McMahon from a couple of years back when he was still with the WWE. I think he's under a Legends contract now, but Yeah, there he is there. Have a nice day. On his business shirt there, very cool. And this is a Jack's Mick Foley figure, kind of like representing the comeback match that he had with Edge, I feel. This is kind of when I wasn't watching the product, to be honest, because when he retired, I pretty much stopped watching WWE product. But this is definitely a Mick Foley figure.
I did the same thing when Kimberly left the Power Rangers. I stopped watching it.
Oh, really? You were heartbroken?
Heartbroken, yes.
No Kimberly, no Rangers for Dania.
Not watching it.
There you go.
The new chick, Kat.
Cat?
She didn't cut it in the first few episodes that I watched. So I'm not watching this
Not
anymore.
watching it.
It's no Pink Ranger.
But now you look back, you're like, oh, now I can watch it.
Well, I watch it with the girls, and
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's fine.
But, you know, when you're a young kid and your favourite
You're like,
character's gone.
well, yeah, I absolutely, the same thing happened when Mick left
I mean,
wrestling.
I was 12, you were like 20, but...
Yeah. So let's go with the 1997 Boiler Room Mick Foley figures first, okay? So,
Mankind.
sorry, Mankind, I keep saying that. So this is a thumb wrestler Mick Foley Mankind figure. And it is depicting that Boiler Room look that he debuted with. So there it is there.
Come out of mental institution.
Exactly right. This one here is one of the slammer ones where the arms kind of flap about and stuff like that. So maybe if we turn it this way, it might do it. It was kind of doing it before. Anyway, so there it is there. And I have that figure boxed.
Oh, how lucky.
How cool is that?
We're so lucky. That is so cool.
Yeah, so they display really well. Love that. The next one I'll show you guys is another, this is the Signature Series BCA line of figures.
Bone crunching action.
Bone
people.
crunching action. You get the lingo, Danielle. I love that. So there it is there.
And this one is mock, mint on card.
And for some reason I have two of these mock.
Oh, yay!
I don't know why. I don't have it loose.
Should we open one?
Bonus display. These are all exactly the same. I feel like this one's a little bit worse for wear. I'm not opening. They even both have this weird like
Japanese?
sticker on the back. Yeah, from Asia. So possibly this is how they were released in Australia. But yeah, I've got two of those. I don't have one of those loose. So there you go.
We could have one loose. We could just rip one open right now.
We're not going to do that, are we? We also have the Elite. This is Elite something. I have no idea which Elite.
What number?
Number, because it doesn't have it on the box. But there it is, loose. The Mick Foley just loose there like that. And I also have it in the box as well.
Doubling up there, Dave.
I am, and this one's interesting. I mean, this one it just came like this when I bought it, but it actually comes with some clumps of hair because that was part of his gimmick. He would actually rip out a clump of his hair.
He would actually rip his actual hair out.
Yeah. He'd kind of shave little bits before he would come to the ring and then rip it out. He was gimmicked. He wouldn't actually rip it out.
Okay.
He's not a
I went to
crazy
school
person.
with a girl she used to get upset and do that.
Well, that's sad.
It is sad.
That's awful.
I know.
No, he was just playing a character on TV. Okay. So yeah, there's our 97 Boiler Room Mankind figures all wrapped up. Now let's go to that classic look where he went to the shirt and the tie gimmick.
And he didn't have the mask anymore.
And no, he would still wear the mask. This one, however, doesn't come with a mask. So this is definitely the one that I had as a younger person. Again, it doesn't have the batteries in it or anything. This is a Back Talkin' Crushers 2 Mick Foley / Mankind. And he's not going to stand because he does have that gimmick, so he's a bit tricky to stand. But there he is there. And this was one of my very first early eBay purchases back like 20 years ago. I found it was brand new. I got a mint on card Back Talkin' Crushers Mankind figure, which still I feel just looks great on card. What an awesome looking figure. I'm kind of going outside of release order, but the next one is a BCA figure.
No.
King of the Ring series. So there it is there, mint on card, and there it is there, loose, which I've never really looked at up until today closely. It actually comes with the Mr. Socko, which is so cool.
You've got a different coloured tie.
Ooh, I do.
You got the Chase variant, David.
I do. This is a
How
different
exciting.
figure. So this is a red tie that he comes with here, and in the box here it's black. So maybe this isn't the one that's from this pack. I'm assuming this was released quite a few times back in the day. So there you go. Oh, and there's one of my Grail pieces, that Miss Jacqueline. If you've got that figure, hit me up. I want that for my collection. Okay, moving on to another Mankind in this incarnation figure. This is really what started it all. I found this at Kmart in Epping years and years ago. I'm like,
Good one, Kmart.
they do wrestling figures? What is this? So
Well, they don't anymore.
No, they don't anymore. They actually don't sell wrestling figures anymore. But this is definitely the one that I picked up back then. And it was one of the first modern day wrestling figures, Mattel wrestling figures that I've ever owned. Eventually I did find it loose, and I actually display this one with the tag titles.
And he's got a little sock on his hand.
And he's got the socko that he comes with. Yeah, so there it is there. So yeah, very cool figure. Great, really fun figure. And yeah, I'll show you a picture of him on display with The Rock and Sock Connection as tag champions.
They were a fun tag team.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an odd couple.
Yeah. This one here, so cool. This is a die-cast metal keychain. If you guys remember these back in the day, they would release them Star Wars versions as well. WWE got the license, or whoever got the license to create these.
That would be very heavy to have in your pocket.
Very, very heavy. I'm pretty sure I had a Kane one as well. It says 1998, made in China. Look at that keychain. Very, very heavy. Another Mankind is this Raw game. It's like a collectible card game, and I have Mankind on the cover there of that one, so that's cool. Just found that at some point, and I thought that would display well in the collection. Moving along, for the one that hits my nostalgia button the hardest, it is this sippy cup. Shout out to Vinny in the States, my buddy. He went on holiday to America in the early noughties when WWF New York was still in Times Square. Still open. And he bought this. He brought this all the way back from the States for me. It is a sippy cup there. And it says on the bottom here, WWF, World Wrestling Federation Entertainment. I thought that was really interesting to mention because
maybe that's while they were in the process of transitioning.
I feel like they were just about to become World Wrestling Entertainment.
After they pissed off the WWF.
Yes, so the weirdest lawsuit in wrestling history.
Well, because we recently just watched a little YouTube doco about it.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description.
It was really, really interesting.
Really great.
Found it. I was watching this guy talk about Broadway stuff, and I just clicked on his channel to see what else he had. Yeah. And there was a thing about wrestling, and I'm like, what's this? And I watched it first to make sure that it was a kind one, because we don't want to watch people dissing it. Yeah. And it's a really great little YouTube documentary, and he goes into why they had to change from WWF to WWE. Yeah,
so I'll throw that link in the description. If you haven't seen that little doco on YouTube, shout out to that channel. It's really great.
Waiting in the Wing, I think it's called.
Something like that. So before we finish up on the Mankind train, we've got a couple more
did you press
apparel
your button?
items. Oh, I didn't hit my nostalgia
button.
Have a
nice day. Have a nice day.
Kind of like a Forrest Gump version if he was a wrestler. Okay, so yeah, I've got loads of Mankind t-shirts as well. This is a very like a new print that the WWE shop released a few years ago. Just Mankind on it. Kind of fun little shirt. Had to have that one. I also have the Rock and Sock Connection Mankind shirt as well, which again is a shop item, a WWE shop item. I'm not sure if this was ever a shirt back in the day, but it kind of looks retro, which is pretty cool. Also, I have the reissue version, because this was a shirt back in the day with that classic have a nice day with the mask over the top of it, but this is not original. This is a shop item, so there it is there. And I think the one that hits Danielle's nostalgia button the hardest would be the one you're actually wearing. So
what I'm wearing.
Talk about this one real quick.
This was my dad's.
Yeah.
This was my dad's, and whenever he wore it, you coveted it.
I did.
You wanted it.
I did.
You're like, Barry, can I have that t-shirt? And he's like, no, it's my t-shirt. I like wearing it, David.
And it's an original vintage Mankind t-shirt.
Yeah.
And
don't ask me where they got it from.
It's so cool.
But Mum gave it to you for your birthday this year.
Yes, she did. Yeah. And I was very, very touched that she allowed me to have that in my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cool thing. All right, let's move on now to Cactus Jack. Bang, bang! Well, I'm certainly not ready to face you, Hunter, but I know someone who is. I think you know the guy. His name is Cactus Jack. Oh my God, he's back. Bang, bang. Yeah, baby. Cactus Jack, Mick Foley's alter ego, which was used in ECW and WCW, and he was never used in WWE up until that.
Until
he pulled the wool over the eyes of Triple H.
Triple H.
Yes, that is such a great moment in wrestling history. And let's talk now about Cactus Jack. So, the figures, I actually don't have many Cactus Jack figures. I really only have these two. So, this is an elite Cactus Jack figure of Mattel's. I only have it loose. So, there it is there. It's a very cool figure. I feel like it's depicting an earlier run of Cactus Jack because he does have the kind of snake skin.
I like his cheetah boots.
Yeah, and cheetah leopard print boots. It's got that Wanted Dead Cactus Jack shirt on the front, which is so cool, and the patented Mick Foley flanny as well. And now this one's very special. So this one is a signed Cactus Jack action figure. This is SmackDown Series 4. This was when he first came to Australia. And we got to meet him, and he signed this for me, and I'll throw in the footage of us meeting him there.
I don't think we have video footage, just photos.
No, just photos there.
He was so nice.
He was great. He signed that.
Every time we've met him, he's just so nice.
The second time we met him, he signed this awesome 3 Faces of Foley, like 8x10, but it's not really 8x10, it's more of a portrait. A horizontal photo.
Like an A4, a little bit bigger than an A4.
Yeah, but it says to Dave, and he's actually signed, each of his incarnations there.
There you go.
Personas as well. So they're the 2 signed things I have of Mick Foley's, and obviously the sock, which we mentioned earlier.
But that came signed. You didn't need him to get the signature.
This came signed, yes. All right, so I also wanted to mention these items here, which I feel are pretty rare. This is a boxed Beyond the Mat video VHS that I bought years and years ago. It actually comes with a poster. Can you just grab that, Danielle?
Sure.
Thanks. Which features Mick Foley there on the front, Mankind.
Well, he
Cactus
was probably
Jack,
the biggest name that this was about.
and the T-shirt as well.
Yeah.
Which is just so cool.
Because this is so thick because it needed to fit the T-shirt.
Yeah, the T-shirt actually came inside this gimmick.
Because
yeah.
it followed Mick Foley and a couple of other wrestlers, but he was probably the biggest name that the documentary followed.
Well, his story was the most controversial, yes, absolutely, because it had that very bloody match with The Rock and all those unprotected chair shots. If you haven't seen this, search it out. I'm sure it's readily available, not just on VHS these days. I'm sure if you want to watch it.
Always remember when I watch it when his wife was ringside with their daughter, and she has to walk out halfway through the match. She can't even stay.
That's right, and so that is depicting it right there. So that's Noelle Foley as a little girl there after the match. Oh, that might be before the match actually. Cool. Yeah, and then there she is there.
He's getting his scalp stitched
it's
up.
Pretty full on, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the Cactus Jack shirts that I own. I own a lot of Cactus Jack shirts. So this one here I'm wearing is an original Cactus Jack WWF shirt. So you can see on the back there.
It says WWF.
And I got this one from Matt Cardona. He sold this to me. I was the guy for it. I slid into the DMs. And so this is an original Cactus Jack. Definitely a grail piece. Very excited that I own this. This was before I knew that this was ever going to happen. So back in the day, there was a t-shirt company that actually did get the license and released these shirts. So.
And you bought how many?
Well, I bought 2 for myself, and I bought 1 extra one for my brother in case he wanted one.
But we
and then
have
they came.
more than that.
I know they came and they were really, really like distressed, like too distressed for my liking. So I reached out to the t-shirt company, and under duress, they sent me 3 new ones. And the one that you're wearing, Danielle, you can see the print is way better. So I'm glad I asked because I didn't know I was going to own this, years later. So.
Well, and it's interesting because
so there it is. There's one
your
there.
Dad came
There's
over
one there.
once.
there's one.
Oh, so
there.
you've got so many of this t-shirt, right?
There's one there.
And your dad came over once. And for some
Yeah.
reason, he needed a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, he's got like 6 of these. I'll just give him one of these to wear. And
Yeah.
you got angry.
I got real angry.
And you made your dad take it off.
Take that off, Dad.
And put on another t-shirt.
I did do that because I'm a psychopath when it
You
comes
are.
to memorabilia. So there you go. And then 2 more versions of this shirt. This is from the tour that he did, one of the tours that he did to Australia. And that's very rare because it is black and white. And if you weren't at that tour, you couldn't get the shirt. So I remember wearing this live on stage a lot. And this one on stage as well. This
Christmas
is
one.
a Christmas one. I wear this every Christmas. That is wanted, naughty or nice, Saint Mick, because if you're a Mick Foley fan, you know that he is just loves Christmas. We're almost at the end here.
Bang, bang!
Bang bang! Do it again.
Bang, bang!
Yes. So I think the nostalgia button has to be hit for this T-shirt. Absolutely.
Bang, bang!
And our last but not least, it looks like I've gotten to the end of the
Yay!
video. No, I haven't actually. I've got some more. So we'll just leave this to the last. I've got all these great Mick Foley DVDs. There he is, Greatest Hits and Misses, Bloodbath, which features a Mick Foley match, For All Mankind, the Blu-ray. I've got Cactus Jack, Best of ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling. I've got This Is Ultimate Wrestling Single and Tag Team Warfare, Cactus Jack, No Holds Barred. I bought this one at Minotaur in the city.
Yeah.
As a younger man, and
Probably would have cost you so much as well.
I can't remember, but it is M for mature audiences. And this one is that classic Royal Rumble match that he has. I think that would probably have to be my favourite Cactus Jack match that he had with Triple H later on in the run after he had debuted. He came back as Cactus Jack. And finally, last but not least, this classic Commissioner Foley action figure. It's got this 3D gimmick in it. So I guess the idea was the kid would cut the glasses out and then look at the pictures on the front and they would look 3D like this. Yeah, that was the idea.
Oh.
So there you go. Oh my God.
But then they didn't realise kids don't buy these things. Adults do who aren't going to cut it up.
Well, yeah, no, but they're kids and adults, This was definitely released for kids. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode, and thank you for being part of it.
Foley
Moment? Yes, thank you for asking, Danielle. I almost forgot. My favourite Mick Foley moment has to be, I'm going to have to break it down into all 3 personas. So my favourite dudelove moment would have to be his debut, when Stone Cold is confused, is like, who's going to be my tag partner, and then he comes out and, that whole match.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it on YouTube. I'll throw that link in the description as well, because if you haven't seen Mick Foley's Dude Love debut for WWF, it's awesome.
Poor Stone Cold, he must have been like, who is this fighting with me?
Yeah. My favourite Mankind moment would have to be when he's thrown off the top of the cell in that Hell in a Cell match.
It's definitely the most iconic.
Yeah. I even have a cell to help depict it behind us.
Definitely the most iconic
Mankind moment. Yeah, unbelievable. Gets thrown off that cell. I'll throw some skills.
But that was an accident.
It was planned. It was planned that was going to happen.
That it was going to break and he was going to fall through.
Oh, that's the second spot. The first spot, he's thrown off the cage onto the table.
Yes.
The second spot, where he just gets slammed on the cage and then falls through, wasn't planned.
That was an accident.
That was a genuine accident, yes. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, that match will live on in wrestling history as one of the most brutal and the most memorable. And then my favourite Cactus Jack moment would have to be the one I just kind of pay tribute to, where he's freaking out Triple H. And Triple H sells that so well.
Well, because that's
I'll throw the still in there where Triple H like, no!
But That's also, you just watched, I saw you watching it, that skit where Dude, Love and Man kind of talking to each other.
Yes, that's the best.
Bang, bang!
He's like, you really are eye candy for the chicks, dude. That much I know, Manny, but you gotta tell me about this racket match. Falls count anywhere. It's just the best. What's your favourite Mick Foley moment?
Meeting him. That first time we met him after he did his chat at the Athenaeum, and he was just so nice.
Yeah.
He was just so nice, and when we got our photo with him, like, he gave me a cuddle, and he was just so cuddly, and
he's the man.
Just such a sweet, sweet, sweet soul.
Yeah, we love you, Mick. Thanks for all that you've done for the wrestling industry. You keep giving back and you keep traveling. You're here right now in Australia, so looking forward to meeting you again, hopefully this weekend. Last but not least, thank you so much to all of our subscribers. Yes! We've almost hit 300 subscribers.
Let's get to 300.
Who knows? We may be at 300 already. So thank you so much. If you did like this video, please leave a comment, hit that like button, and hit the subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. And I think that is pretty much everything. What a huge video. Thanks for sticking with us to the end.
Bang, bang!
Bang, bang! See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bang, bang!
What you buy this week? Did you get some toys instead of the groceries? I wanted this since I was a kid. Now I live in a box, but at least I chased the dream. I gotta intercept that package, or my wife will leave me and I'll end up on the street.